You have to embed the truth so far in lies.
I'm just very good at spotting inconsistencies.
I am immediately labeled as a threat. My name's Marcel and today's Monday. It's not, I lied. Let's start that over. My name's Marcel and today is... I have no idea. I have no idea what day it is. Isn't that right, OS bot? So by today's title, you're probably wondering what is going on. There's two cool updates in the title. One, I'm engaged. The other one, I'm on reality TV, national cable, and Peacock. This is my office, by the way. I don't know how to edit this, Vax. I'm so sorry. This is my office. Welcome. I thought I'd show it to you before I destroy it and paint it. I started taping the wall, and then I was like, I need to take everything off the wall to tape the whole wall and the floor. Also, Voldemort's here. Want to say hi? Two cool things. I'm engaged. That's a pretty cool thing. Second other cool thing, there's a screw on the floor. Some people might say, wait, weren't you married before? And to that, all I have to say is, second time's the charm. But first, a little tour. Behold my stuff. There's a lot of it. It's random. I don't know. This is the cock. The keyboard, cable, arts and crafts closet. Ta-da. This is a beanbag full of Squishmallows. Ta-da. Boom. Cool camera up here. Didn't see that coming. Boom. Camera over here. Didn't see that coming either, did you? Did you? We're waiting on Kristen. Vax. You look stunning. It looks fantastic. So, yeah, two cool things. Don't know what to talk about first. We could talk about the reality TV show. We could talk about... What'd you say?
The proposal is moving.
It follows you.
Whoa.
Oh, do you want to tell your side of the story?
Sure. Yes.
Okay, so where do we start?
Where do we start? October.
From the beginning. May 8th, 1990. A man is born.
Do I have to talk into this?
You have to talk into the microphone.
It actually is a working microphone?
It is an actual working microphone.
Okay.
Remember, you have two cameras to look at,
Sorry.
and you're choosing to look at neither.
I was looking at you. Where did it start? Hi, my honey.
First off, show the ring. Hold on, let me zoom in on that bad boy. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why are you tracking Voldy now? Oh! I crashed it.
Oh, no.
I know, it's just zoomed in on Voldy.
It likes Voldy a lot.
We're gonna get this thing dialed in, and the streams in here are gonna be
Epic.
immaculate.
This was from when they shot Alpha Betas, right? You took it from the set or something?
Correct.
I don't know what this is, but it's really cool. Who made this for you?
Sam did, the thumbnail artist.
Oh, cool. I love that. Marcel was the 2024 Boys and Girls Club Alumni Hall of Fame inductee, which is super cool. We have a lot of like really cool pictures and stuff in here. Can they see the piñata?
The GoPro can. GoPro sees all.
I threw Marcel a half birthday party, and we got him a piñata, and then I did that, and it's now very good.
It's good. That's why it's on the wall.
Well, I guess there's no good starting point because Marcel has said he wanted to marry me since like our second date.
Don't put me on blast like that, though.
He was like joking, but kind of not, obviously.
I was dead ass. Let me get her back on track. It's okay, baby. It's your first time with holding a microphone like that. It zoomed in. Before we were like dating, early in the dating phase, we call it, what do you call it when you were like a youth?
I feel like I would be like, we're together, or we're like talking.
I would say talking. It was in the talking phase of dating, where you're, you know what I'm saying? You're getting a feel. And Lindsey, her photographer friend, asked you.
So my best friend is a wedding photographer, and she asked if I would be down to do a couples photo shoot with Marcel, because she had met him by that point. And I said, well, let me ask. And I asked him, and you said you were down.
Yep.
And then it didn't happen. So basically the idea was that she was working with this helicopter pilot, and she really wanted to build like a business relationship with him, where when he had clients who were doing proposals or elopements or things like that, just photo shoots, that he would use her kind of as his mostly exclusive photographer. And so in order to do that and build that relationship, she just wanted some sample photos essentially with somebody that she's familiar with. And I asked...
And we have the plus of being a interracial couple, which is
also
very common in Seattle.
Or in general.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, so because of the weather, it didn't work out. Over the years, we have had Lindsey take our picture though.
Yep.
We have lots of lovely, if you see a really good picture of us, it's probably from Lindsey.
So like over the course of like 3 years, you know, we were like, hey, when are we ever going to do that shoot? And like, I think it got rescheduled for like a year out. And then there was that really bad fire with the smoke and stuff. It just never happened.
In October of last year.
Wait, let's rewind even further than that, because I don't have plans. I have schemes. 6 months prior to the actual proposal, I told you that I was going to propose in 6 months and you weren't going to see it coming.
Oh, that's funny. I don't remember you saying that. So this is the thing. It's pretty funny because a lot of people have said they don't believe me when I say that he surprised me, because they're like, how did you go on a helicopter fake proposal engagement photo shoot?
There's not many people that can pull off a helicopter surprise proposal.
Yeah, and make it seem like a surprise.
Because I'm a f***ing thug.
There were several clues that prove that I'm not lying about it being a surprise. Number one, I didn't self-tan, so I was super pale, which if I had known that photos were going to be taken for our engagement, I definitely would have self-tanned. Number two is that for a very long time, like since last October, I've kind of done this joke when Marcel and I have been out on like a really nice date or like on a nice vacation. My little joke to him is like, like, are you gonna propose? So I did that in the helicopter.
Real quick, I don't know how I got on the YSL shopping.
Him, not me.
The YSL email list.
But
thank you for your cologne. They smell very good. Thank you so much. Please keep sending more.
Can you send some to me?
No.
I literally have all of the YSL perfumes except for Libre, just because it's not my personal preference. But I have Mon Paris. I have Black Opium.
So whoever
I have
over at YSL, hook a brother up.
me, not him. I'm the one that's bought. I also was the one who bought him both of his colognes. It should be me.
That's
I'm
a
the one
fact.
spending the
That's a
money.
Not gonna lie, I was a Dolce & Gabbana boy before her.
Basically, since last October when we went and looked at rings, what do you want, honey? I was suspicious of like everything we did, and that's kind of why the like the joke was like it was a joke, because I knew for the most part it wouldn't be the actual proposal. Yeah, I definitely wasn't onto him for the helicopter, even a little bit. My family was visiting it was around Independence Day, and while they were on the plane coming here, Marcel found out that he had COVID, which obviously he was going to propose then, and he had this beautiful plan where my mom was going to be in the helicopter with us, and it would have been so cool. But so obviously that caused a huge hitch in the plan, so he couldn't do it.
Took a while to find the ring. Shout out Sal for helping me. Love you, Sal. Mwah.
We love Sal.
Hearts in the comments for Sal Daddy. Took me a while to find the diamond because Kristen has extremely skinny fingers.
I'm not like the other girls.
So I reached out to Lindsey and I was like, I need you to be my wingman on bamboozling Kristen for this entire thing.
How long had you been planning this for?
Oh man, May
May of last year?
May of this year.
Did you know in May that you wanted it to be the helicopter?
In May, I said, how much is the helicopter?
Oh, okay.
The wheels became motioned in May.
She was a little too good. I have to be so for real right now.
Crushed it.
She actually feels like she did not do that good of a job. And she said that she's thankful that most of our communication about it was through text messaging. Lindsey we love her. She's my best friend in the entire world. And she can be a little silly sometimes, and sometimes might let things slip a little bit. So she said to me, Marcel hasn't contacted me at all about the proposal. I'm actually, because I don't remember if I asked her or not, like if she knew anything, but maybe that was the case. And she said no. And she said to me, I'm actually a little offended that he hasn't asked me or anything because I feel like he doesn't trust me. Oh, Mishka. Nobody move.
Cat is not allowed in the office.
She's not allowed in here because she eats cords.
Well, I had her set up some stuff like some false little breadcrums, like
some red
I'm not
herrings.
booking any gigs like this winter, this fall, this winter, this summer sucks, etc. All kinds of just emotional manipulation, basically.
She was amazing. Like I said, it was a little creepy how good she was at it. I kind of had a range of an idea about when it would happen, And then Marcel gave me like a window, but I knew that it was not going to be that simple, that he was just going to give me the dates. I had a feeling it was going to be in like certain periods of time. And actually did have a feeling that it was going to be when my parents were here. And that's why right after I said, I knew it, because that's like, or when you said,
You know, Lindsey was the only person that knew what was going on officially. Her and her mom. Her mom was also helping me try to bamboozle her and lead her astray.
which is so sweet. Actually, it's really funny because when they were here in July, I still thought that Marcel hadn't had the conversation with her. That's how far back in the dark I was.
And then I told all of Kristen's other girlfriends different days. That way, if she was suspicious, I would know who snitched. Big brain. Genius. Me and your bestie Mars faked an entire conversation.
I never saw those messages though.
It was just
in case.
an extra layer. She screenshotted it, and then I told her the real plan, just in case Kristen went hunting. It was like, ooh, show me what he said. You know what I'm saying? Because
telling you, it's
Kristen can
creepy.
interrogate people, and if they cracked, we would have evidence that was misleading.
I very strongly suspected it was going to be when I visited Mars in LA, because
I don't know where that came from. Oh yeah, I know exactly where that came
Yeah.
from. Me, I set that up.
Yes, you did. Maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before I left, Marcel said to me, by the way, when you're in LA, I might have to go do something in New York. So I was like, okay. And I did a little mental note though, because you were very, like, no details. I feel like if you had a gig in New York, that would be like a big thing for you because it's far, you know, whatever. A couple days before I left for LA, I asked him, and I did this on purpose because I was like testing him, and he passed, unfortunately. So I asked him, by the way, are you still going to New York? And he said, for what?
Why is that suspicious?
Yeah, it's suspicious.
Why is that suspicious?
Because it was suspicious you weren't making eye contact. And I'm like, oh yeah, don't look fear in the eyes, huh?
Yep.
Huh? And you were just like acting real sketchy.
This entire portion will maybe be 5 minutes.
Sorry. Okay.
No, you're good.
Just-
I'll say make it as long as possible.
Okay.
I think I underestimated.
I'm from Jersey, okay?
Yeah.
I'm certified. I wrote the book on yapping.
Al said we need a long video. I said, Kristen! Yeah, I had Mars like, girl, can we go get your nails done? Like, I
Yeah,
said,
she
you know
told
what
me we
I'm
were
saying?
getting our nails done, so I'm like, okay, so she was like, oh, we're gonna go buy a dress that you can wear. So I'm like, boom, I know,
Big
it's gonna be
brain
LA.
shit.
It's gonna
Big
be LA.
brain shit.
Every day goes by and it doesn't happen in LA. And I also was like checking his location to be like, is he like being sneaky? So that was in like mid-July or so. It was like not too long after my parents were here, maybe a week or so.
So her parents come into town, and I'm like, perfect. Boom, I got it set up. Her parents are gonna go do a tour of the Boeing airplane factory because they like airplanes. Then we're gonna go blah, 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 blah. I get COVID, and Kristen locks me in the guest bedroom.
And actually, that was another thing that I should have been more
Locked me
suspicious.
in.
He was suspiciously compliant with that. There was no complaining, which in hindsight was suspicious.
It's touch and go with COVID, so I'm like trying to figure out when we can do it. I'm trying to reschedule it for when her parents are still here. I'm taking a COVID test basically every morning.
And then I get COVID.
I'm on Paxlovid. We're gonna try to make it work, but Kristen got COVID, so we sorted out, and they're like, okay, the next availability for the helicopter is the following Friday. I'm like, perfect. So then the scheme evolves. Boom. Another layer. Layers on layers of lies. You have to embed the truth so far in lies.
You don't give them tips on
And
how
then
to
the
lie
lies
yourself.
need to come from like every direction
this
to
information is going
confuse her.
to be used for bad things way more.
Like next Friday. So I'm like, perfect. That's when Deadpool Wolverine comes out. So I instantly go on Fandango, not sponsored, and buy tickets for Deadpool Wolverine for opening night. So it pops up on our joint calendar. And then I immediately refund the tickets.
Marcel told me it was very important to go to Deadpool and Wolverine.
You know how Marvel is. There's Easter eggs, there's spoilers. I don't want any of that. I want to
so
see it all.
He said it's very important we go on opening night. So I was like, bet, okay. Lindsey texts me and says, hey, by the way, super good news. I got in with the helicopter company, and can you and Marcel do a photo shoot on this date, Friday? And I said, nope. Sorry, nope, we're not going to do that because Marcel said that we had to go see Wolverine and Deadpool on opening night, and he already got the tickets, and it's very important to him. And she said, well, can't you see it another night? And I said, nope. He said it's really important to him, so I'm not going to ask him to reschedule. I was trying to be a good girlfriend.
But Lindsey texts me and she goes, she fucking said no. So I'm like, perfect. Give me like 24 hours to see if she brings it up to me.
Well, and it worked out even better because she didn't answer my last message, mainly because she didn't know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, and like that's the perfect reaction. I was like, don't respond. Me and Lindsey were talking all day. Like every time I got a text message, I was talking to Lindsey. By the way, if you are doing a wedding or an elopement or an engagement, Lindsey's the dopest. She's the best. She makes it really fun. I'm
Lindsey
gonna
Paradiso.
I'm gonna link her in the description. You know what I'm saying? If it's your vibe, do it. Boom, bam.
So I understood her silence to be her upset with me. So I was a little stressed. I was a little worried. I went out with my friend that night and we came back to our house and we were all just hanging out and I said to Marcel, Lindsey asked if we could do a helicopter photo shoot on Friday, but I told her no because of Deadpool. And his reaction, again, I'm like a little confused and surprised and scared about how good he was at lying. His reaction was, well, you know, Lindsey's been having a kind of a slow year. Like, I think it would be really good for her. She really wants to have this in with the helicopter company. We've been trying to do this for 3 years. Maybe let's just do it. And I said, but what about Deadpool? And he said, it's okay. We can go see it another night. Ironically, we didn't see it for like a month and a half.
I was like, I don't want to stand in the way of her making her money. That's messed up. Like, well, let's be good friends.
And I was like, you know what? You're right. Okay, fair.
It was so funny because her friend was like, oh my God, Marcel, that's so like thoughtful and like, oh my God. And then they left. I immediately texted them and I was like, I'm proposing that day. And they were like, oh!
Day of, I'm feeling super sick. I feel so sick actually that when we get out of the car at the helicopter hangar, I asked Marcel, do you have a trash bag or like a shopping bag just in case? Because I literally thought I was going to be throwing up. The people that were there played off very well. They're like, oh, are you guys our models? And we say, yes, I am none the wiser.
Yes, the helicopter pilots and everybody in the whole staff was in on it from start to finish.
We get in the helicopter and we go up and it's a little nerve-wracking. I've never been in a helicopter before. I love planes. I've been in like little planes. I've literally flown in a lawnmower that has a propeller. I swear to God, that's literally kind of what it is. You're in with a seatbelt and that's it, but like exposed to the air and it flies. But it was really scary. And on top of that, I was feeling like I was going to throw up. The ride was beautiful. We went over a bunch of really cool landmarks, like natural landmarks.
Keep in mind, I am paying for this. So they're saying stuff like, oh, we should fly to this mountain. I'm like...
Meanwhile, this whole time I'm out looking like this through the window, looking down below. And in a helicopter, you're going like this when you turn. Like you're banking very hard. It was very smooth. Otherwise, it wasn't like turbulent. You just are like in a washing machine, kind of. We get to the location, which was absolutely beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was stunning. Voldy.
Keep talking.
If we did not land exactly when we landed, I would have thrown up. I think I had maybe 2 minutes, and that's being generous, before I literally threw up. And I'm not exaggerating, that's how bad it was. Lindsey gives me some snacks to kind of settle my stomach, which works, which is good. And it's beautiful there. There's like fresh air, it's in the mountains, it's in this little field. We start the photo shoot and it's going just like every other photo shoot we've ever had with Lindsey. So we're like kind of pros at this point with like knowing how to behave in front of the camera. Like we have all these little prompts that she does for us. So we were just kind of like doing them. We're shooting for maybe 10 minutes or so. And Lindsey says, okay, so Kristen, you stand in the front a little bit, and then Marcel just stand behind a little, or like a little bit behind her. And Kristen, you look that way, Marcel, you look that way. And so I do it, but in my head, I'm like, this sounds like a really dumb pose, but like, you're the expert, but this feels weird, but okay.
By the way, gentlemen, it's left knee down, right knee up, just because it's like it's a sign of like, you know, because you're on your lead foot, which is weird because if you're left-handed, but back then that you were a warlock or a witch, they would have burned you. If you're left-handed, it would be the opposite, but you do that because it's like you're vulnerable.
So I turn around and I see him on one knee and I just kind of freeze. And it's weird because there have been other times in my life when this has happened where like everything just kind of stops and you see everything in super high def. And I felt like I was gonna faint, but then he further confused me because he said, this was all a setup. Like you're telling me that this isn't a proposal and not to get excited, or this is a setup, like this is the actual thing. So he confused me, which further made me like panic.
Yeah, Lindsey quickly fixed it. He's like, this is all for you.
He says, Kristen, like.
It was cringy. We're gonna move forward. I was nervous. I blacked out. And
we both did.
I messed up. Kristen covered her face the whole time.
I had always been really concerned that I was going to say something stupid, like no, because a lot of the time when I'm surprised or whatever, no is a positive word sometimes.
No, and then shut up.
So I was worried that I was going to say no and ruin it for him. That was my expectation for how my reaction was going to be. I was not expecting to start bawling like an absolute infant.
Never even said yes. She just nodded. I was so messed up. I actually didn't press record on the GoPro for the better angle. So this is the only angle we have of the proposal. So this is like everything you see. The pictures from this angle are real. The ones after ones are all staged. Yep. Slapped it on her finger and then...
And it's too big.
And now it's too big.
Yeah, so we got to get it resized. So I've got the little like rubber band thing on it. So when we initially went ring shopping in last October, there's a really cool detail about one of the rings that I thought was really neat. And it was they had a little teeny tiny emerald on the side. We were like, oh, what is May's birth month?
I was like, it's an emerald.
Yeah, which is really cool. So so it had that really cool detail and I really liked it. And so I said to Marcel, if we can get that in my actual ring, that would be really cool. Because, and I feel like an emerald especially would be very meaningful. By the way, this being an East-West setting is very cute because he's from the West Coast and I'm from the East Coast. And we're cute like that. The word emerald has a lot of different meanings for us. First of all, Seattle is called the Emerald City. Washington is the Evergreen State. Emerald is Marcel's birth month, which is May. And I have a little teddy bear who is my comfort object. Stuffed
since
animal,
a little kid.
And I've had it since I was a little kid. And Marcel is indescribably sweet about Emerald to the point where he bought me like 5 more.
So Emerald is
10.
a very, 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 very old. I like Beanie Babies, but not Beanie Baby. He's
Beanie Baby. But he's
so
a big
they
one.
don't make him anymore. So Kristen, as a child, lost the original Emerald, and then there was Emerald 2, which you've had for
since 2016 or so.
2016, and
as
then,
a full adult.
Yes, and he is like
seen some shit.
He's lived through it. He like smells like self tanner, and his fur's matted. There's Emerald 3.
Who I had as the backup emerald.
Who's the backup emerald?
Because I was so afraid because I lost the first one that I'm like, that's not going to happen again. So I have a backup emerald.
Then I went on eBay and bought like 3 extras just in case. You can also see Emerald on The Anonymous on Peacock and USA Network, Mondays at 11. I slept with him every night.
And that's it. And we're going to get married in probably like a year.
All to say, we're going to be doing a lot of live streams because...
like and subscribe.
You can look at the prices of weddings.
Yeah.
They're very expensive, and we want to have a cool wedding.
Yeah.
So leave a like, please. That's how we propose, and that's the ring. You want to get closer to the camera and show it to him? You gotta put it up there. That's your finger. Okay. That shit internally flawless, dog. That's an IF right there, dog. So that's how you pull off a surprise helicopter proposal shoot.
Over and out. Back to you.
That's it. So, now that we've talked about that for 45 minutes,
Sorry.
Moving on to the office. This is my office. We're gonna paint it. We're gonna paint it these colors right here. So the other thing, to the reality TV show, a lot of you guys don't know that I'm on a reality TV show, or you had no idea, or you were watching the reality TV show. I won't give you any spoilers. Actually, I will. Right? Spoilers, I haven't been eliminated yet. And we're on episode 6. Still going strong. Still clutching up. It comes on Mondays at 11, which is like arguably a terrible time for it to come on TV, for one. 2, it's on Peacock, and the Peacock episodes come out a week after they come out on Monday. So it's like on TV, on cable at 11 Pacific Standard Time and 11 Eastern Time. Can we wait? Can we wait like 10, 20 minutes? Okay, well, I'm just gonna finish without you. It's a cool concept. If you have no idea what the show is about, it's kind of like The Circle and The Traitors had a baby. I got a weird baby.
11 o'clock on cable. Mondays, questions, answers, I got them. So I got a DM a long time ago, earlier this year, and it was like, hey, would you ever be interested in going on a reality TV show? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Went through the whole casting process, which took like a couple of months, few months actually. Flew out, filmed the thing. It was a closed set. There was no technology, so I didn't have my cell phone. And, you know, we were on camera basically 24/7. The days were long, but it was a good time. You know, I had a good time for however long I was there. Definitely is a test. I have a new appreciation for reality TV shows because you are mic'd a lot. Like 99.9% of the day you are mic'd up. And even for like safety reasons. So it's like, no one tells you how difficult it is to poop with a microphone. And I'm a nervous pooper. I don't like people knowing that I'm pooping. I used to be like, this is Marcel taking a shit. It was fun. Everybody on the cast, you know, I don't have any beef with yet. Even though I lived it, there's a lot of aspects of the game that I still don't know. So it's like when I'm watching it, I'm learning things too. So it's, you know, it's a good fun experience to watch it back. But overall, I had a great time. The welfare team was dope. But yeah, that's The Anonymous. It's out. 6 episodes on Peacock. which I think is US only. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I might watch it live on stream. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. You're like, what are you posting on social medias and stuff like that? That stuff? That's what that is. So that's my office out there. We're going to be taking it apart and painting it. You can see me in here. That's the booth. This is the box. You see the box? It's 10 by 10. It's pretty big. But we're going to do a live stream of me painting my office. Get ready for that. Enjoy. Actually, I left some stuff out. Terrible angle. I'm still trying to learn how to use. Still learning how to do it. Okay, just don't make fun of me. But yeah, there's a racing sim back there, stuff like that. Yeah, the show. Let's talk about it. So this is how the game works. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it. Give you guys kind of like a little bit of like some knowledge. So this is how the game is kind of structured. It's played in two different parts. There's the in real life version, where we live together all day. We're together all day. We sleep in two separate rooms on bunk beds. We eat together. We don't shower together. We don't sleep together. We did cuddle though. Me and Christopher did cuddle. 24/7 on set. A lot of social interaction for me. It was a lot of extrovertedness. No video games, no TV, no phone, no nothing. People all day talking. And I loved everybody on the cast. I'm going to put everybody's Instagram in the description. Check them out if you want to follow them and follow along with the show. If you don't, that's cool too. But it would appreciate it to me if you watched it, because it was a cool experience that I got to do. It's on my bucket list. And then the other mode is called anonymous mode, where we go into a chat room and we have like a group text message and you are hidden behind an emoji. Well, I'm $, YouTube money. I'm $, originally. That is my emoji, and we talk to each other. So it'd be like $, says, comment section, like the video, and subscribe. And the other person's like, oh no, he didn't. After the anonymous mode chat, where we just talk to each other, say whatever you want, throw somebody under the bus, talk shit about somebody, be nice to somebody. After that, we put somebody at risk of elimination. And it only takes one vote for someone to be at risk. So each person goes through and they pick one person. Those votes are revealed at the end of the chat, and it'll say like my face and then the emojis that voted for me. Those emojis show up next to your name. And then we exit anonymous mode. We have some time together outside. We talk to each other, try to figure out who is who voted for me, why would they do that, etc., etc. Keep this in the video. This isn't a spoiler. I am immediately labeled as a threat the moment I get there. Nobody trusts me immediately. I am immediately like, everybody, let's get Marcel out of here. He plays games for a living. We're not going to get gamed. Let's get him out of here right now. From the moment I set foot in this house, and I was like, what, blah, blah. After that, conversations of us like talking to each other, eating lunch, maybe sometimes dinner. We go back into anonymous mode and we do what we call the test. And what you have to do is individually match each emoji to a person. You say, I think so-and-so is so-and-so. So forth and so forth, so forth. The person who is matched the least on the test. So most people get you incorrectly. And also it takes into consideration who you get correct, becomes the anonymous. And they have the power to pick one of the players that are at risk and send them home. And there are challenges almost every day where you have an opportunity to save yourself from elimination. You can't be put at risk. And yeah, that's basically the concept. I am a little bummed how it's edited, just because it's coming out week by week on cable. So it's like you kind of get that like cliffhanger on every episode and you can't really binge it right now. So if you want to wait until it's all out, I respect it. But if you guys want to watch it, tweet me, use the hashtag #theanonymous, USA Network 11 o'clock, Bravo 11 o'clock as well, I believe, and then Peacock the following Monday. So there's 5 episodes on Peacock and 6 aired. So next Monday will be 7. Catch up, watch them, because I'm going to be watching it on stream, I think. Hopefully, if I don't get in trouble. Yeah, that's life. More Marcel on Mondays, more streams coming. Yeah, I'm busy. Fucking weddings are expensive. The budget's already in the 6 figures, bro. All we have is the wedding planner. We're looking at... Right, like the video, leave a comment, please. I don't care if you just put like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it. I'm watching it. If you're watching it, leave a comment. If you're not gonna watch it, leave a comment. If you want to watch it but haven't watched it, leave a comment. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys later. More of this, where I'm less sweaty.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's gonna really be the first of all?